Okay, right. Hello everybody, and fucking hell, Jacob. What?
Shut up.
What episode is it?
What? I'm just about to say, hello everybody, and welcome to episode of the podcast.
Yeah, but I need to know so I know what to say before I fucking thing.
No, right. Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 52 of the Moto Racing Podcast. Jacob, what numbers? Who's that?
Well, the best rider not in any world championship, Alessandro Del Bianco.
Yeah, Del Bianco. Danny Kent, James Toseland.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy Alcoba, you've forgotten about.
Yeah, I was about to say in the current meta Alcoba.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more. I'm pretty
It's
sure.
a popular number, 52, to be fair.
Yeah, there's one I'm forgetting, actually, when I think about it. 52.
Do you want me to Google it? You can get on with your...
No.
No? Okay.
Jujel.
Oliver Koenig.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, 52, man.
But Del Bianco's the best one. So.
Patrick Holzberger, Lucas Pezek.
This is Patrick.
Pezek.
Oh my God, Lucas Pezek. That's a throwback. Holy shit.
And of course, young British hope, Evan Belford as well. Don't forget him.
Yes.
See. Do our research over here, boys. Yeah, so we're back with episode 52 after a pretty good MotoGP weekend in Argentina this time, at a normal time for us, so we're not like hanging out our asses.
Speak for yourself.
Oh yeah, we do have Cameron back as well. Hi, Cameron.
I was back last week, you son of a bitch.
Oh.
Could have fooled us. You didn't say shit.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
I said that, I might be a bit more loose with the words this time because I'm a few whiskies down now, so...
That's good. That's what we want.
Let's go.
Because you never talk, so...
Well, like in the weekends where there's no racing and stuff happening, I just listen to you guys nerd out. And then I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, nice, right, great.
But do you learn things?
No. It quite often, because we're like talking well into the night, I'm half asleep by the time we finish, and then I've forgotten it all. And then I wake up none the wiser, and I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah. I know what you mean. It is quite late now. It's 9:30. I would kind of rather be playing F1 2021 right now, but here we are.
You just had to drop in there who bought a fucking wheel, didn't you?
No.
Yeah. If you didn't know, Dex just bought a racing wheel.
Yeah, and the pedals and like all the fucking like what's it called?
He thinks he's Jimmy Broadbent now.
Hey, in the shed boy. Yeah, with the fucking like a cage for it. And mate, it's so fun. Like honestly, most fun I've ever had game.
Is it articulated?
Yeah.
You are?
Is it articulated? Is it got like the...
No, it's not a fucking lorry.
No, like moves. It's got the motors. Oh my God.
No, it doesn't have like... No, it's not like one of those. Sheesh, I'm not that rich. But like...
Here you are.
Yeah, it is force feedback though, if that's what you're asking.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Actual, like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're talking about the cage, aren't you?
Oh, the moving
I'm just talking
ones.
about the ones with the, like the motors and shit on it, and it like moves you around when, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely doesn't move me around whilst I'm driving.
They're like $6,000.
Yeah, they're a lot.
Nah, I'm sure I've seen like a video of someone, like they do. They're like, I bought the cheapest articulated racing rig on Amazon or something for 50 quid and saw if it was any good. I just thought maybe you'd done that.
50 quid is made of Play-Doh, I bet.
I freaking wish, but that's not what I've done.
He's got a motor in his force feedback. That's about it. I bought a wheel like 2.5 years ago now, and I've been telling him it's good. He's like, I'm not one of them. He fucking bought one, and now he's all over it.
Yeah, like I was like earlier. Obviously, it was on the F1 game. And I was just hammering laps around Catalonia, and honest to God, some of the most fun because like you're like lying back in your seat and you're banging the throttle. You're flicking it and like because it's got force feedback, you can feel like every bump of the track for your hands. And oh mate, it's
you guys need to come up to Glasgow. There's this bit called I'm not doing like a shameless plug here, but there's a bit called VR simulators, and it's like
no way.
It's like that, but it's in like they're like 6-axis movement chairs with VR goggles.
There's one of them in Cardiff.
Is there? Well, there you go.
Yes,
well, I still say come to Glasgow. Oh no, this is like 20 quid a go. It's like go-karting or something, But like, yeah, and there's like wind and stuff, which I find weird because you've got a windshield in your car, but there's wee fans and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty rad. Should do that.
Yeah,
come to Glasgow.
So sick.
Apparently, if you are susceptible to motion sickness. Apparently, it's amplified like fuck.
Hell yeah.
So, I'm a shit passenger. I'd probably puke after half a lap in an F1 car in a VR.
Yeah. It sounds fun, though.
Oh, yeah. I'd be having fun till I shunned it.
Yeah. Do you get to drive this car, the Glasgow one, or is it is it like a video show?
Yeah,
you actually get to drive
it is. It's like a video game. What's the game they use? It's like Project Cars or something. I can't remember. I don't know. I don't want to misquote. I don't want to misquote. Yeah. And you just choose your car. But then there's a room of 20 other simulators, and you all race against each other if you want to.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
And you can chat, obviously. Yeah, it's pretty
EMR freaking tripped up to Glasgow.
Glasgow simulator where you just drive through Glasgow town centre and 2 minutes in you get your wheels stolen.
It's a city centre. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You shut your eyes for a second in the VR, you wake up and you're on bricks.
Have you ever been to Glasgow?
Yeah, that's why I'm on bricks right now. My share haven't got any wheels anymore. It's just on bricks.
All right. Okay.
No, I've never been to Glasgow.
Well, there you go then. Anyway, it's just a MotoGP podcast.
Yeah, let's go back to MotoGP.
It's an introduction. It's easing people in.
Yeah.
Social lubrication.
So, finally, Aleix Espargaro is a MotoGP race winner.
Yes.
Yeah.
After on his 200th start,
man.
Nonetheless.
What a day.
I don't want to be that guy.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go.
You're always that guy.
I fucking told you so.
Oh, I knew it, told you.
Yeah, to be fair though, I did say that I believe he is fucking one of the best.
I'll quote you. It's a race-winning bike, it just doesn't want to race yet. What you said.
Now it has. But Aleix also, I said, is one of the best riders in our field.
I'm really glad he beat Mav to it as well. I'm really glad he got it.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I might have broke him if he had.
Like when Ian One won the first Ducati race in Stoner, and you're like, oh no, I want it to be Dovi.
Yes, that's right. And that hurt Dovi. That wounded him.
Yeah,
I think
he got it. And Dovi got the redemption and battle for titles whilst Ian went off to Suzuki. But it's nice to see Aleix. I was gutted though that his family weren't there, because if his wife and kids were there as well, that'd have been so magical for him. But
just let the record show that's not me mentioning Aleix Espargaro's wife this time.
Good.
Oh, well,
yeah, but I mention it in a non-sexual pervy way. I mention it in a way of family.
No, I agree with you though. It would have been the one thing that I think would have been missing for him. He needs to win a Europe now, where they're there.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I don't think
he's a fucking championship leader, mate.
And the way this championship is going, he might remain so for a long time.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's pretty consistent. Fourth in Qatar. I can't remember where he finished in Indonesia, but in 8th or 9th, around that area. Yeah, he was in that group with Darren Binder and Brad and all that malarkey. Yeah. And now first, he's looking good. And the thing is, right, we've had 3 rounds, 75 points up for grabs, and only 45 have been scored.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah, it's anyone's bet. We've had 3 races, 3 different winners, 3 different manufacturers. None of them have been Japanese. We've had an Italian manufacturer, an Austrian manufacturer, and another Italian manufacturer. 3 different winners, like I've said. We just need 6 more winners, and we've got 18 rounds left, and then we've tied to that record again.
What have been the podiums for the last 3 MotoGPs?
That's a good question.
Anea won at Qatar.
Yeah.
Second.
Oh wait, hold on, I've got it here. Hold on, I've got it here. So you've got Anea, Binder, Pol at Qatar. Then you've got Oliveira, Quartararo, Zarco. Then you've got Espargaro, Martin, and Rins.
So 9 different names.
Is it? Oh my God, it is, isn't it?
What's really worrying is Mia has not yet podiumed. Pecco has not yet podiumed.
Marquez hasn't podiumed.
Fabio is not yet. As he said.
No, he was second.
No, Fabio. Vinales has not yet podiumed.
Well.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Let's go into, because I've got another list of
Miller
all the
has not yet podiumed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look. Right, I've got the list of all the riders.
Hell, Mark hasn't podiumed yet.
I just said
I think you just said that.
That's
and
5.
I said Zarco.
Zarco has. I didn't do.
No, not Zarco. I can't remember what I said. Why is my computer not loading this
That's
thing?
5 top riders who haven't podiumed yet. We've had 9 different podium people already. That's fucking...
The thing, but then, what you just said there, top riders, they are all top riders now.
Every rider on that grid is a top rider. Like,
every
even
bike
like the
is a
back
top
markers.
bike.
And then I say, even the back markers. They're not even back markers. Like, the warm-up session this morning was split by 1.1 seconds.
Yeah.
Mental.
1.1 seconds puts you, like, second by about half a second in F1.
Yeah, fucking hell, I keep hitting my mic. Sorry for the people listening. But yeah, like, you go through the list and it's just bonkers. Like, some of the names who are,
I mean, look at today. Bez had 9th.
I was going to say, Bez had 9th.
Mm-hmm.
He got punted off T1 and was last with Digia. And he finished freaking 9th. Obviously, Digia didn't score, but 9th place as a rookie.
And he's considered a back marker.
Yeah, in the dry.
It's alarming.
Like, what the hell's going on?
All of their travel fuck-ups, Dorna have made a hell of a championship when they do get the bikes on track.
Yeah, but like, also, right, going back to that Bez quickly, Marini started 3rd, finished 11th. Bez was last and finished 9th.
He's fine.
What the hell?
Wow.
Luca's fine on soft tyres. As soon as it comes to race tyres where you need to use the hard front, not worth a wank.
Yeah, that's the thing. But it's just so competitive. Like, and it is weird, right? I'm going to bring something up. Raul and Remy seem to be glued together.
Yeah,
I know,
literally
right?
by nothing. You couldn't fit a Rizzler between them.
Like, every session, they're stuck together. Even in Moto2, it was 1-2 or it was 3-2. Here, today, they finished 16th, 17th. Every race, they're just
3
glued
seconds
together.
between them, though.
Yeah.
By the end, 3 seconds. But then I guess over, 25 laps?
And Raul was the fastest.
Yeah, that's 0.1 of a second a lap,
boys,
average.
Who is the moral champion out of those two?
Oh fucking hell.
No, like, I like it because they are proving that their closeness in Moto2 wasn't a fluke.
Yeah, but not only that, right? When we're staying on the topic of KTM, last week's race winner was 13th.
Miguel said, I don't want to have such a spiky season.
Well, there it is.
He wants to go to another manufacturer then, doesn't he? He did say he wanted to stay with KTM, to be fair, on an interview I listened to. Yeah, to with Charlie Hiscott on BT.
Yes, on BT, that's right, yeah.
Charlie Hiscott, by the way, shout out to that man. Charlie Hiscott is absolutely outstanding at what he does. Just but now,
very good interviewer. Very good.
So I was just going to say, like, didn't Mav say last year that he was going to stay with Yamaha, and then a week later, he's like, I'm off.
Yeah.
So
but a week later, he decided to rev the tits off his Yamaha. I don't think Miguel's going to do that.
It's all politics, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, you've got to say it, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
I bet there's a contract on the table for him, but it's whether he wants to sign it.
Yeah, it depends on the brand.
Silly season, don't we?
Oh, I love silly season. I love it.
Fernandez was 10 seconds off of Oliveira by the end of it.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Not that bad, is it?
That's pretty good.
I'd say coming up to MotoGP, I think the worst bike you can be on is a KTM in terms of learning the MotoGP ropes.
As a rookie, yeah. If you're experienced, then yeah, it's good.
If KTM still had their Moto2 chassis with the trellis frame, I'd say different. But they don't. Unless you're Kiefer, they don't.
Yeah. But it's crazy. And like, you got last year's champion, Quartararo, in 8th, and he was on the podium last time out, and he's frigging 8th this time. The guy who dominated the podium last year is finished in 8th place. Like, he was getting absolutely bummed on these straights because obviously the Yamaha is pretty slow in a straight line.
Yeah, it's pretty slow around the corner as well, apparently.
But the thing is, like last year, he was getting absolutely shredded by everybody on the straights, but he could make it up in the corners, and now he can't.
Yeah, that's it. It's a problem.
I don't get it though, because I thought like Quartararo looked all right through the weekend.
But all right isn't going to win you a title in this step.
But he didn't look 8th place material.
I disagree. I thought there were many riders who were showing better than him. Because, actually, let me rephrase that. I think there were many riders who were showing better than the Yamaha. Because Fabio is a class act.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he is not an 8th place rider.
But that's the thing, he's not. And but then you've got other riders like Pecco who struggled all weekend long, starting in 13th, finishing 5th. And you start to wonder,
honestly, considering the way Pecco fell apart Saturday.
Oh, his mental just went, didn't it?
Yeah, his box just fucking went. So I would consider 5th place an almost victory for Pecco coming out of this. He's rescued this weekend.
Yeah, he did well there. Yeah.
Yeah, he did actually phenomenally.
In the qualifying laps, that bike looked like an absolute pig.
But that's the thing, right? A lot of people are like, GP22 sucks. GP22 this, GP22 that. But I'm sorry, but Luca Marini got it on the front row next to Jorge Martin. So it can't be that bad, can it? If
what I would suggest is the GP 21.5 sucks.
Yeah.
Considering where Miller finished 14th. I don't think it's a bad bike. I still think the GP22 is probably the best bike in that field. But they haven't set it up right.
Once they nail the setup. Well, I think it's frustrating because they had the best bike last year by a mile. And now they're just struggling. I say Jorge Martin was still on the box, but Jorge Martin could ride anything, man.
Yeah, Jorge Martin could ride a 1973 Voltaco.
Exactly. And you saw obviously Marini go backwards. He was a bit like a rolling roadblock today, but you got obviously Jorge Martin second on the GP22, Bagnaia 5th on the 22. The next 22 is Marini in 11th, and then Miller in 14th. And you're like, huh?
Yeah, that's where I think the 21.5 comes in, because obviously only Pecco and Miller has it. I think they've almost started from scratch coming into Qatar with it, because it's neither a 22 with the setup they got or a 21.
Yeah, because they swapped it at the last minute, didn't they?
So literally,
the factory swapped it.
It just seems like they're yet to find the right setup for it. And once they do, I think it's going to be the best of both worlds.
Yeah, because to basically clarify, so the factory boys at Qatar changed one thing on their bike.
Engine.
Reverted something?
Engine is a mix of 22 and 21 parts.
Yeah,
whereas kept the 22 aero, I believe, of the new front and the slightly bigger wings.
Yeah, whereas Jorge Martin, Zarco, and Marini are on the full 2022s.
Yes.
With the 2022 engines and all that malarkey. So it creates a little bit of a dynamic, but it's looking like with Jorge Martin that 22 is the best option.
Yeah, I think Jorge Martin... Well, I was saying to Cam just before we come on that I think because Pecco chose the direction of the 22 and Jorge Martin is the most similar to Pecco in terms of riding style,
I think Moto2 style, isn't it?
Yeah, I massive lean angle, dangle right off the bike, make it turn whether it likes it or not almost. Yeah. I think Jorge Martin is the closest to Pecco, so it's suiting him best.
Yeah, you could be right. It's interesting, really. And you got obviously Brad Binder there in 6th as well. He's done a pretty good job this weekend. He's a consistent rider. I could see Binder fighting for the title purely because of how consistent he is now, because, the points you score now make prizes. He qualified in 11th, finished 6th. Pretty damn solid race, to be honest.
It used to be.
It's what you'd expect from Brad, though, isn't it?
It used to be that you do Qatar and then go straight to Europe. So one bad result at Qatar wouldn't matter.
Yeah, but now because they've got these flyaways.
This is 100 points on offer before you get to Europe. It's important now.
Yeah, but it's the thing, right? It is important, don't get me wrong, but then you get back to Europe and you got 17 races still. Mm-hmm. You could have bad 2 first rounds, like say Jorge Martin did, and there's still 19 races left, which is exactly the same amount of races what they did last year. You technically got a full season. Obviously now Jorge Martin has come back off the back of that with a second today and rocketed up the championship standings because of it. But these 4 rounds, as you said, are a lot more important than they used to be. It used to be, we got Qatar. If we don't do well at Qatar, it's fine because Jerez's up next, so we can do all right there. Or, we got Qatar and then we've got America, but it's fine because it's whatever, we're back to Europe. But now there's 4 rounds, 100 points. 100
points
significant It's massive difference. It can literally make or break your season, these rounds now.
And that's why it's so important to get it right. Historically, if you fucked it, it didn't matter before. Now, like, look at riders like Miguel. If he comes out of here with 1 win out of 4, and then you get back to Europe with, say, 40 points out of a possible 100, that in championship form.
It ain't.
But it's how that affects you mentally as well. It's easier to brush one dodgy race like to the side than it is 4. Or like, inconsistency over 4 races is like harder to get over mentally than, just having one bad result because you're at a sort of anomaly of a circuit. And then, it's just, if you go in there thinking like, oh God, I'm struggling this season. Regardless of, I don't know, it's just harder to tell yourself that it's because we're not in Europe sort of thing. I would say. I haven't been in the GP paddock racing, so I don't know, but that's my speculation.
I think it works on the flip side as well. Like the confidence this is going to give Aleix now that he probably wouldn't have had in previous years gone by because we've got 4 flyaways. He's going to go to Kota, and if it doesn't work at Kota, you can just say, okay, it's a flyaway, but he's still going to return to Europe as a race winner.
Yeah, because he said in the interview, he's like, okay, we've got some tracks I like now. We've got Portimao next, then we've got Jerez. Like tracks that he has actually done quite well on previously.
Yeah. I don't expect him to win Kota.
No,
I don't. I'll tell you my predictions in a bit late, but I
didn't expect him to win this either. So what the fuck do I know?
I mean, it's crazy. Like he had the pace all weekend long. He looked good in 3 practices, and then he got pole, and you're like, okay. But everybody said before the race, they're like, maybe Aleix could win, but he's on 283 races and he's never won. He's had so many opportunities, and he raced for Pons in Moto2. He didn't do it. He's raced in MotoGP with Suzuki and all that and didn't get it done when his teammate Maverick Vinales was. And then suddenly, bang, that's MotoGP for you. You cannot predict it. Because everything you think could happen or has happened, like when we do these predictions, we kind of often go via previous results or, what we expect to see because of what's already happened. And then you get riders like Aleix Espargaro winning a race, or you get suddenly, bang, you get a load of wet and suddenly Miguel Oliveira appears and wins a race, or Enea Bastianini wins, and you're like, huh? You're like, we've had 3 races, 2 brand new winners crowned now. We've got, which actually is a record, by the way. I just want to add in that now, for the first time in history,
it's 74 years, isn't
it? Shut up. Yeah. So 74 years. I thought you were going to ruin my stat then, as you commonly do.
That's 74 years, yeah.
Yeah. So now in 74 years, for the first time in history, we've got a full grid of 24 riders, and every single one of them has won a race in their career in all 3 classes.
It's mental that
every single one.
It's like, honestly, it's crazy that Aleix came in MotoGP and not Moto3, Moto2/125, 250.
Yeah.
That's so rare.
That is insane. Like, because you've got Darren Binder, obviously won a Moto3 race, and then you've got other riders who've won like the odd race in the lower classes and then never won a Premier class. You got Pol and Zarco, who ironically are Moto2 champions and haven't won a Premier class race. And then you get Aleix, who got some podiums in Moto2. I think 1 podium for the Pons, and then the odd MotoGP podium, and bang.
Here we
are. I was thinking about this the other day as well. Like, because we talk about not versus, but like MotoGP versus World Superbikes sort of things. But then it occurred to me the other day that like this is only good for World Superbikes as well. Because, it is sort of the overspill for MotoGP, isn't it? And now like the depth of field in MotoGP and Moto2 is so good that you're getting riders going into World Superbikes that are instantly having an impact, like Lecona and Vierge.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
It's so good. It's just a good thing. And with that, I'm just going to pour myself some more whiskey.
Like, I think you are right. And like in years gone by, MotoGP hey riders, mostly, have just been glorified World Superbike riders who've got a bash on a MotoGP bike for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, every single rider near enough can confidently say in that field, look at me, I deserve to be a MotoGP. Fuck World Superbikes almost. MotoGP is where I want to be.
And finally, Aleix Espargaro has reached the amazing heights of Carol Abraham and Javier Simeon by winning a race. Amazing.
Oh, don't put it like that. Oh.
The fact that them two have won a race and Aleix hadn't is bonkers.
They did win Moto2, so Aleix does have the bigger clock, but
only
marginally.
Yeah. But I mean, Javier Simeon is now world champion. I'm not trying to disrespect him because he is a legend.
An EWC champion.
Yeah, which is the championship riders go to
fail in World Superbikes. Going into
their careers have died. Bradley Smith. Now,
all we need now is 2 more Suzukis and 2 more Aprilias on that grid.
Yeah.
That's it.
And do you know
that's all we need.
If I was someone like LCR at this point, I'd be saying to Aprilia, look, can I have you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like LCR, because LCR have been rumored to go to Honda for freaking Suzuki for years now. What if they switched up and went, you know what? I'm going to go for Aprilia. Because that's the thing, right? You go out to, let's have a look. 2019, you got Honda. Oh my God, everyone wants to be on a Honda because it's the best thing ever. Aprilia, no one wants to be on that. 3 years later, no one wants to be on a Honda. Everyone wants to be on an Aprilia because of this. And everyone want to be on an Aprilia? Joe Roberts.
You dumb fuck.
Kicking himself a bit there, I think.
Also.
Aaron Canet?
Hang on, how many?
Marco Bezecchi?
Moto2, right? Yeah, Bez, I think, will be okay.
I think Bez will be fine.
Happy enough. I'm just trying to think of all the riders who turned them down.
Everyone. Oh, God.
How much for a couple of GP bikes? What's that?
How much for a couple of GP bikes? Roughly, give or take.
About 2 million to lease.
Right, okay. Should we just make an EMR Aprilia team?
Yeah, do a GoFund. Well, we've got 2. I've got
Aprilia.
250,000 people now follow Everything Motor Racing. Thanks for that. So if we get everyone to give us like maybe a tenner each, then
that's 2.5 mil, yeah.
Yeah, 20 quid for a couple of bikes.
Yeah.
And then,
there you go.
Hang on, who do we put on the bikes though?
Us.
Me, I'll do it. We'll get Top Brack. I'll speak to Keenan.
Yeah. Keenan, I'll give you money. You'll give me Top Brack.
Yes. No, they need
because
money.
I was thinking about it. Like, I wasn't going to bring it up just yet, but like I was thinking about like potential mad, silly seasons that might have a little bit of truth in them. And the main one I was thinking was KTM leave Tech 3. Tech 3 leave KTM. Aspar come up as Gas.
Oh.
And then Tech 3 pick up either a Suzuki or an Aprilia.
Nice.
I like
that
it. I like it.
Fucking amazing. And it could happen. Like,
if we write to them.
Like, I think Hervé might be thinking, fucking hell, me and a fucking Suzuki, man.
Yeah, I think Raul and Remy are probably thinking the same.
Raul, especially because he wanted a Yam.
Yeah, exactly. Like he won't be there next year, that's for sure. And
because
Augusto Fernandez.
Gas could happen, but it will happen in the future.
And so far, it looks like
next year.
It looks like Rins is keeping his seat so far, I would say.
So far, both of them are, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. Unless Fabio goes up to Suzuki and says, swap.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they've got to keep one seat open. Ducati keeping one seat open just in case, Silly season's going to be wild this year.
If you're Ducati, do you keep Miller right now?
Yeah.
Still yes?
Yeah, because he can develop it. He can tie everything together. I think there's a lot more to Miller, right? I can see you shaking your hands there and whatever. There's a lot more to Miller than meets the eye. Like, you've got Jorge Martin, who is straight up fast. But there's a lot more that goes into Miller than meets the eye.
I agree in the development side, not so much the racing side, but the one tripping point with that is he clearly knows how to develop a bike, and they didn't listen to him anyway. So where is his value?
So why not?
But I think
Because they went with Pecco spec instead of Miller spec.
It's more as well because, the relationship that he has with Ducati, the relationship he has with his teammate as well. There's a lot of good morale in that team. If they were to, say, disrupt that with Jorge Martin, who could potentially beat Pecco week in, week out for a title, and as, Pecco's already taken down Jorge Martin, and Jorge Martin's a bit of a fiery character, What if suddenly they're freaking scrapping in the pit box and like, oh shit, we're all Jack Billen back?
Well, it's like I was saying to you earlier. Like Martin would probably be, I don't know if it'd be the right move to take a factory seat anyway, because Pramac have got their shit together, really. I mean,
stay in Pramac, mate.
Yeah.
But like, my point there is they've got a brilliant bike developer. He clearly knows how to keep team morale up. He's friendly with everybody, blah, blah, blah. But then they don't listen to a word he fucking says and goes with Pecco's, which doesn't work.
But then why not just have him as the test rider then?
Michele Pirro's goat, mate.
Not so much that.
I have to. If anyone's got
the budget.
If
you were Jack Miller right now, are you thinking, well, why the fuck am I here?
Well, he can go to KTM.
Yeah,
replace
he's
Oliveira.
the one who has options.
He nearly went to KTM. He nearly went to KTM a few years ago, Miller.
Yeah.
Like, there was talks of that. He's got the Red Bull sponsorship anyway. Like, if Miller went to KTM, I would not be against that.
Yeah,
I'd be fully for it. He'd work it really well, and then it allows Oliveira to go to somewhere.
Suzuki,
and then it allows Jorge Martin to step up, and then Pramac, there's a seat there on a really good bike that Marco Bezzecchi or Celestino Vietti can step on.
That's what I was going to say. Bez or Luca goes into Pramac to step up the champion Vietti.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, sorry, carry on.
So how does Miller going to KTM mean Oliveira goes to Suzuki?
Because Oliveira would be out of his seat because they've already signed Binder till 2024.
Yeah, but
I know you've already said about Rins keeping his seat and all that, but maybe he doesn't, or maybe
Mir signed up.
Maybe Mir leaves and goes to Yamaha, and Fabio goes to Ducati, or I don't even know.
Mir will be looking at that Yamaha now, thinking, "Fuck that." No,
true.
I think aside from being a rookie, the Yamaha is the least attractive package right now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
Like if you were Celestino Vietti now, you've finally got a couple of wins on your belt, you're leading the title, someone approaches you from MotoGP, ideally you want a Ducati or a Suzuki.
Yeah, I want a Pramac. I'll be asking for a Pramac at least,
Or if like easily say, I'll go up with VR46. I want a current Ducati.
Yeah, and that's it. And then it allows maybe like Marini. I think Marini is amazing, don't get me wrong, and he is good, but I think he needs a change. He's too comfy in the VR46. Like, they clearly it's there. He's had 2 front row starts now. One was at Misano, which it's Misano, he raids there every week, but he's never ridden a MotoGP bike in Argentina, and he goes and bangs it on the front row.
Yep.
Marini for me, for Zarco's seat.
I don't think Zarco keeps his seat. That's the main thing. That's going to be the bomb. That's going to be the one that scatters everything, because that Pramac seat is desirable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like Jorge Martin, for example, theoretically, say if I say Jorge Martin steps up to factory, then Marini can go to Pramac and turn to a freaking race-winning beast. And then Celestino can go to VR46. But you bring Zarco into it. I personally, in my head, would think that Zarco would stay.
Why?
But
stay where? At Pramac.
Why would Pramac keep him when
he's like the boomer, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Like he's not doing enough. Like look at today. Jorge Martin came second. He's ended up on the floor, and he does that.
Oh yeah, he did crash,
too much.
Didn't he? Yeah.
He does that way too much to deserve such a desirable seat as Pramac.
But where'd you put Zarco then?
On his fucking sofa at home.
Back.
Or World Superbikes, yeah. He could go and piss a World Superbike title, especially if Top Rat moves over.
Well, maybe. Well, like, I was going to say Kawasaki, but because Aleix nearly went to Kawasaki World Superbike, didn't he? And Tito Rapat, which is hilarious.
Tito is. Lol.
Fucking, yeah, national championship. But, yeah, like maybe put Zarco on the Yamaha next to Locatelli, and Top Brack can take a seat in MotoGP.
Dovi's retiring.
Yeah.
So that seat is as good as Top Rack's.
Yeah, I can't see Dovi even finishing the season, to be honest.
I can see Dovi's not a quitter. If for all his faults, he's not a quitter. Even when he knows he's unemployed, he still rides very well. He gives 100%.
With the Ducati, I guess. Yeah.
He might take the piss and put unemployed on his bum, but other than that,
that was so good.
Yeah, that was fucking brilliant. But Dovi, for all his faults of his demeanor, not showing enough, he's never one to quit. So
is he on factory spec?
Yep.
2022.
But that might be the problem. Darren has outshone him on
every race. Darren's beating him.
On a lesser bike. Like today, his bike exploded, but that's not really his fault unless he was doing Maverick.
It just points to Yamaha.
There's a lot of explosions today. I think it's to do with the altitude.
No, you go for Yamaha there. Morbidelli ended up in the pits, didn't he, with a DNF? And then Dovi ended up in the pits. But there were so many. Zacconi broke down in Moto2, Carrasco broke down in Moto3, and then crashed battling no one. Artigas, Guevara,
which we can't do. He's on yet.
What happened to Carrasco?
That was the rider's thing.
I have no fucking idea. All I saw was her trundling along. After they showed her, it looked like she hadn't even been on the floor. She pitted, come back out, and they fucking stacked it.
What? No.
What?
It's such a I don't get it. Why?
Yeah, it was a weird one. It was a weird one. Coming back out of the pits and then decking it. That's a special kind of idiot.
Well, that's it. You go out again, obviously, to get the data and do the race run and everything, and then you bin it anyway.
Yeah, I think Zacconi did the same, did he not?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I remember Zacconi coming in.
Did he actually crash second time, did he?
I'm not 100%.
Because I know he came back in, rejoined race.
He might have just retired it. But either way.
Oh, I was going to...
No, Salach crashed. Salach was the Grassini bike that crashed.
Entered pits and retired, yeah. I mean, I'd have laughed. If anyone jumps on me and say that we're taking the piss out of Anna Carrasco there just because she's female, I probably would have pissed myself as Zacconi if he stacked it alone.
I would have laughed at anybody who decided to go back out after pitting, get the data, and then fucking crash.
How do you crash fighting no one?
Yeah, you didn't have to push it. You could have just got out, collected some data, but instead you decided to fucking deck it.
If you hold back, a lot of the time that's when you make mistakes, but that's me giving benefit of the doubt. I don't know. It does seem mental on face value.
It was very silly.
It is funny though.
Poor
Anna though.
Yeah,
Jenny, straight up, poor Anna. She is a world champion at the end of the day, and she must feel like shit at the back of that grid.
It's quite embarrassing.
Genuinely.
But at the same time, she must have known that she was going to be at the back of the grid.
Yeah, of course. But when you go away and you come back with a world championship, you do expect more.
I think going at least the first flyaways, she would have expected to be at the back.
I guess, yeah. We are still at the flyaways. I think once Jerez and tracks she has ridden in the last few years, Jerez, Portimao, roll round, she will, I think, hopefully find her feet.
If it doesn't improve then we'd have a point. But I think we're still in the flyaway where, it's still a very foreign compared to the Supersport 300.
Yeah, same with Joshua Watley, actually. He finished over a minute behind minute behind everybody last year. Oh my God. Minute behind Garcia, who won the race today. And the next guy up was Gerard Riou, nearly 30 seconds up the road. That is... when Scott Ogden is battling for 13th place on the identical machinery.
Yeah, it's a shame for Scott,
that's got to
be...
Oh, gutted for him.
Yeah, he's doing so well.
Ivan Ortola, which bent his clutch lever skywards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
That's unfortunate as hell.
Going back to Josh quickly,
sorry.
That's got to be demoralising for him a little bit. I'm not slating him either. I want the best for him. He's a good lad, He's
a good boy.
But I like I said in earlier podcasts, I don't think he's ready. I think he just needs to go back to the CV, maybe with the same team. Maybe Vision Track can run an extra bike in the CV. It'd probably be cheaper for them. And just get him some confidence on the Honda, because as well, he has only ridden KTM the last few years. You know, you could bang him on the MTA KTM and he could come out here and be battling for points. You know, you never know. The Honda is quite clearly the fucking worst bike on the grid. You know, when you go through today's results...
Unless it's a Leopard, I'd back you. And actually, Mino's bike is a fucking rocket ship at the minute.
Well, yeah, of course. But like, look, if you look at the results, right, of the Moto3 race, obviously take out both Leopards because they've clearly got like cocaine running through their fuel tanks. You know, you've got Riccardo Rossi. Yeah, you got Riccardo Rossi in 4th, which is outstanding, and the next one's Sato in 17th. The rest is KTMs or
at the same time,
rebranded KTMs.
Is it the case of there's a lot more KTMs on the grid, so it appears worse?
Yeah, but you'd expect maybe a few more Hondas. You know, if they were equal as they were a few years ago, you'd have maybe an equal mix, or maybe 60-40% in the points. But when you go through the points and 15 riders and 12 of them are on KTMs, you're like, okay.
Because Mino obviously would have been quite high in that as well. And then, if you look at the top 8, for example, it would have been quite an even split.
Yeah, because you could have had maybe with Minyo, maybe 14.
It makes a difference, I think.
Yeah, so you would have had 4 Hondas if Minyo had finished the race. But, you know, it's not good. And obviously, it's got Ogden as well. You'd have had 5.
Yeah.
But again, it's still not 60-40, is it?
Oh, no. There's a lot more KTM still.
Yeah.
But I think Ricky Rossi proved that perhaps BOE does suck. But, you know,
Ricky Rossi, my man. If you listened to the podcast last year, you know I raved about him every fucking race week.
Yeah, but he proved he had speed because he could qualify. Except then he'd come out in the race, and because he was on a BOE, a C team, he'd just go backwards. Now he's in on a C team and 658. Look what happens. 4th. Boom.
He's so good. I love that guy. Respect. But
it's just that, like, today, I think proved that there's a lot of untapped potential in all classes that might start to come through very soon.
Yes, right. Now we are talking about all classes, shall we do the thing we do where we go through each class and analyse the races and all that malarkey, and I give the predictions and all that?
Yeah, okay then. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that's a new thing we've never done before. Why not?
Yeah,
why didn't you say so?
Yeah.
Let's see where you could have won.
So, coming out of Indonesia, just to refresh everyone, we have added Ryan's things to this as well. So coming out of Indonesia, Ryan was dead last with 11 points. I was 3rd of 4 with 12 points. Jacob was 2nd with 14 points, so quite equal there. And then Cameron had 26 points and was miles ahead.
Yeah, boy.
Basically, Ryan was our chanter. He missed the first round.
Yeah, that's it. And he's still caught up. Okay,
like
I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun a bit with that, actually. Ignore me. So obviously, in Moto3 today, we had Garcia take the win.
Yep.
We had Foggia 2nd and Sasaki 3rd. So, to remind everyone, the format is 1 point for any place that we have predicted on the podium. 5 points if you get a correct place on the podium. 10 points if you correctly pick the winner. And 25 if you get all 3 right.
Woof.
Wow. So, I went for Foggia, Onsu, and Garcia. So I got 2 of them right, but not in the right places, so I get 2 points. Not bad. Jacob went for Garcia to win. Ortola and Holgado. He got 1 in the right place, and he corrected the winner, so he gets 10 points.
Unreal.
Ooh. So,
I believe in Sergio the GOAT.
And then Cameron went for Foggia, Mino, and Garcia. He nearly got all 3 right.
I nearly had a 3 for 3 there. I'm livid with Mino because you guys, I said Mino last week, and you're like,
I always have fear that something's going to happen to Mino. I don't like. He feels like, who was that dude in the comics who something always happens to him every week?
Well, I mean,
when me and Cam were kids. I can't remember, but anyway, like I'm never going to fucking remember that. But basically, something like there was always like they were setting up for something to happen each week, and then like about 50% of the time something would happen, and then the other 50% of the time it wouldn't. And Mino feels like the IRL version of that.
Someone message Jacob if they have any idea what he's on about.
Yeah, no idea.
I'll dig it out. I'll remember on Wednesday or something, and I'll just be light bulb moment.
Yeah. So Ryan went Foggia to win, Garcia second, and Onchu third. So Ryan got 2 points again because he had them right but out of position. So well done, Ryan. Kind of. So after that round. Whoa, hold on a sec. Sorry, I've realised I haven't formatted this very well. I have.
No.
Not to give away the secrets, but Deck does this on an Excel sheet.
Oh,
yeah, wow.
It's color coded and everything. It's so nice. Oh, it's beautiful.
Actually is, mate. It's banging.
If you attach that to a file on an email and sent it in work, people would be like, "Oh fuck yeah!"
Oh.
Yeah. So
that's some good formatting. Oof.
Yeah, mate. Because we've added a new thing. So from the next round, we are doing predicting pole position.
Yeah.
Extra points
for each class or just GP?
Each class.
Oh, we do each class, eh?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
nice.
Oh yeah. So right, and I've just had another thing as well because I've realised, if you I've got 25 points for all right, but I've changed it. But that's if they're all correct. I've added 15 points if you get all right and they're incorrect.
Oh, so like 15 in the top 3 in the wrong order.
Right.
The top 3 in the right order.
Yeah, that's right. So after that,
Cam looks very confused.
After Moto3, Ryan ends with 13 points. I end with 14 points in third. Jacob has shot up 24 points in second. And Cameron with 28 in the lead.
Honestly, like, I'm not to ruin it, but I know what's coming, so I'm going to celebrate that Moto3 win.
I'm just going to pour myself some more whiskey.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, you were going to be trash.
You are going to be hammered, dude.
I'll be all right.
And those double shots as well.
I've got like little whiskey stones in there, so that makes it look like more than there is. But
what's a whiskey stone?
Like an ice cube, but they don't melt.
Yeah, basically. So they don't like water it down.
Like like the idiots who put frozen grapes into wine.
No,
it's basically that. It doesn't dilute it.
Kind of. Yeah. Okay. For anybody interested, this is a Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve single malt whiskey finished in a Caribbean rum cask. There we go. If there's any Speyside whiskey distilleries listening and would fancy sponsoring me in particular,
or
just the podcast, then you know,
like if we did pick up a whiskey sponsor, I would be fucking thrilled.
This is good stuff.
I just don't do the whiskey because I get edited out enough sober.
True.
So if I was on the whiskey, that'd be the fucking end of it. Like you wouldn't hear from me.
That'd be horrendous.
Moto2,
pretty much. So no, still doing Moto3.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I've had too much whiskey. Go on.
Fucking nuisance.
Yes, you have. So that was a pretty good race in Moto3, and just want to say that freaking final corner blimmin' move from Garcia on Foggia was absolutely outstanding. The fact that Foggia was respect to you for that move as well.
That was high class. Yeah. That was high class racing right there. Yeah.
There wasn't enough room to make the move, and he still did without dealing.
It was rubbing on his levers. That just shows, though, right? That shows the level of both riders, because you saw Minyo make a similar move onto Masia, and they both went down. I say similar because obviously it was a little bit different. But then you see Garcia and Foggia make the same move, and they both stayed up. It just shows the level they are.
I would like to preface Moto3 though by saying I think if his engine hadn't gone, I think Guevara would have been in the mix for the win.
100%. He went out of P1 at the end of the day.
Like he exploded out of P1. Like I think he would have at least podium. I still think Garcia would have had nobody was stopping Garcia today. He was literally hell bent. He was not going to lose that, especially when he went down to third. That final lap was one of the finest final laps I've ever fucking seen in my life.
I mean it was hardly a hot take, that right?
It didn't need to be a hot
breaks
take
down.
Oh right.
Man, he so would have been in with a chance at the podium if he didn't break down. Well, yeah,
not necessarily. When you think Foggia was 12th off the start and 12th on the first few laps, and he still come back to lead.
Yeah, but that's what Foggia does. That's what Foggia does. He just sort of
Who's to say Guevara wouldn't have gone back to 8th? Like, you know? It's Moto3. It could have happened.
Because that's not what Guevara does.
Yeah, that's true. He's very Joan Mir. He leads on the front.
What is it, though, about Guevara and his bike breaking down from the lead?
I'm sick of it.
It's so annoying.
More than once is an issue all of a sudden. Once is once is unlucky. More than once is a problem.
Yeah, 3 times is just an absolute farce. And,
then again, he's won a fucking race from the garage. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
Yeah. At least he didn't smash up the garage this time. You know, he's making progress. Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen another Guevara lose into a chair. That would have been good. I'll be going back to Kota next week. I wonder if the chair's going to come back for his revenge.
Oh, yeah. No, they just gift him a chair on the podium. Like,
yeah, the chair just fucking waves to him. You're fucking having it, son.
Boxing match.
Yeah. In the blue corner.
I'm going to make a meme about that this week.
Guevara's chair.
But another guy I wanted to mention, right? We had the rookies looking really good, Moreira, Holgado, and Kelso. But Moreira, like, exceptional ride for Moreira. But as well, Holgado is, I think he's settled now. I think we'll see Holgado battling for wins later this year.
There's a reason I put him on the podium. You know, he's there.
He's a beast.
But for all the fuss, I think the ride of the day in Moto3 wasn't even a point scorer, Tayo Furusato.
Oh, yeah. The fact that it is his debut and he's 17th.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Cameron's man.
Like, you know, he had a bad leg break as well.
He snapped his leg. He hasn't ridden a bike since, not March, since like early February in the testing, yeah. And then he hops on this. And second time he's ever ridden this bike in his entire career, and he's banged up in 17th.
He's
obviously 23 seconds.
Like, yo.
Yeah, only 23 seconds back.
Yeah, he beat Bertel, he beat Fellon, he beat Sura. You know, that's not an easy feat. Yeah,
he beat the GOAT of Agi as well, like, you know.
Yeah, but we can't mention that.
But like, he beat his teammate, you know, like, fucking fair play. Like,
the fact that Agi is like about 3 times the size of him.
Yeah, but the thing is with Sato as well, you know, he was limping onto his bike, you know, when they had the practice, he was walking out, he was limping.
Yeah, he's not.
And then he hops on, and bang, you know, there's a reason why he won his debut in the Rebel Rookies last year, and he won all 6 the races in the Age of Talent Cup. You know, like, this guy is he's only 16. He's just a little bit special, isn't he?
Wait, when Jacob and I saying this, like, all preseason, and then you were like, we'll see.
You were, Cameron. I don't know about Jacob.
I was saying that I think it's possible, but I wasn't blowing the horn like Cam. I will be honest.
Yeah, like, I will put my hands up and say, look, right, he did well last year. But I didn't expect him to do this well in the World Championship because of the fact that I didn't think he was ready. And I still thought at the time he needed to do another year in the CV in the Asia Talent team to learn the tracks, because he didn't know these tracks this year.
Learn the bike as well, because he came off a standard Honda.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he didn't know anything really. Like, and he was ridden the standard KTM in the Rebel Rookies. He hadn't ridden these bikes. He only knew like maybe, I think, 4 tracks from the Rebel Rookies. You know, so to hop on this bike, which is completely different to the bikes he has been riding, I was like, maybe not do very well. And so the fact that he is doing this well, I'm like, yeah, you know, fucking fair play, mate. You're backing yourself up and you're backing your own results up a bit there, you know.
You got another Agura coming, I think.
Yeah, that's it. This team, this Asia Talent team, just seems to be churning out with talent at the moment.
Nakagami is so done with his GPC.
Fucked.
He's on
sat at home on his days off, literally, and you can just feel the ghosts of Agura and Chandra coming at him.
They're like, fuck. Like, that's the thing. Like,
if Paca's on that bike next year, right, I will be the most shocked man in Wales.
That's the thing, right? Because it was, you know, maybe Agora is going to take that seat. Agora will take it. Chandra's like, ha, bitch, you thought.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
good
taking
point.
that.
Yeah. What if both LCRs go?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's what I put in my story, you know. Thanks, Liam, for the thing. I want to give you the credit there.
Yes, you did.
It was Liam, big man Liam.
Our resident meme lord.
Yeah.
Who doesn't even listen to the pod, I doubt, so.
Bastard.
Better things to do there.
Yeah, but like, he's made a point of maybe both of them will end up on the LCR bikes next year.
It'd be a full Indomitsu LCR team, maybe.
And the thing is, they'll take the Indomitsu money for that, for sure. The Honda money, but it'll lock them into a Honda contract, though, LCR.
Yeah, but aside from that, what if it is Chantra and Agura?
That would be solid.
And then they move Aji up, because, Aji is a fucking man-mountain.
Yeah, he'd be good on a bigger bike. Yeah.
And then they grab Kubo or something just for the banter.
Yeah, they need somebody in that Moto2 team that's doing shit whilst the other one's doing well. So yeah, Kubo.
Yeah, this is very un-Honda Team Asia to get to.
Yeah, normally it's like one doing Moto2, but normally Moto2, one's doing spectacularly well and the other one's doing like you had Chantra and you had who's the Indonesian, the dead. Yeah, and it was like, one's doing well, one's not doing well. And then you had Nakagami and then you had like Aslan Shah, or you had
that's a throwback.
Yeah, or what's his name? Zaidi? Zakwan
Zaidi, yeah. He actually won the
Asia.
Yeah, the ARC SBK race.
Yeah, he raced for Honda now.
Full factory.
Like you had Nakagami banging out wins, and then you had these two at the back. You're like, oh.
I think Taka is the main contender to go with the Superbikes on the Honda next year.
Yeah, I could see him. And
oh my god, imagine Indomitsu pull their LCR sponsorship and they go to Superbikes with him instead. And then LCR got to find some other sponsor.
Oh, they'll find him, mate. You got the charm of Lucio Cecchinella there.
Lucio Cecchinella was like a fucking dog sniffing out a truffle, isn't he?
He's so good. But yeah, like in the Moto3 though, I want to say as well, I've missed the name just then. Aleix Bartolini, he's like a silent little assassin, mate. Like I said, like in the podcast recently, like, I didn't think he'd do very well, and he's doing freaking well. He was 11th today.
He can't qualify. If he could qualify, he'd be fucking up there.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like
Joel just showed the importance of qualifying today.
Yeah, but like I massively underestimated him a lot. But I'm going to keep my eye on him now because I think he's doing better than I really expected him to do.
Is that our 3 points finishes in a row for him?
I think it might be. I think it genuinely might be. And he got 5 points today. This is his highest ever result. I'm pretty sure. I didn't expect
him to be outperforming Battelle at this point. Put it that way.
On Sura, his teammate last year, Sura, who was massively inexperienced compared to Bartolini, and he's beating Sura.
Like Sura's disappointing me at the minute.
Yeah, man, he's good. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the Honda.
Shows.
Maybe it's the Honda. He was good on the KTM, really good on the KTM when he was at Mugello last year.
Because they are very different bikes, as Scott have told us.
Yeah, that's it.
They are completely different styles.
Yeah, you've got to be aggressive on the KTM and smooth on the Honda.
And some bikes going to suit people more than others. It's just a fact of life. I tell you who did disappoint me the most today, and it's on you.
Yeah, he was gutted by that because he's still 5th in the world, but he could have done a lot better and he had his freaking
better than 14th.
Ride through. I thought he'd win. He qualified his warm-up this morning was nearly a full second faster than his qualifying time. I was like, you know what? He could win today. And I put him in my predictions, but...
And another real solid one who I think we're overlooking is Tatai.
Yeah, 8th place. Good.
He's there now.
Yeah, he was in that big group as well. He was 2 seconds off the win.
And Kelso.
Yeah.
Kelso qualified 5th, didn't he? And it shows he didn't have to battle through the pack, and he came 10th.
The GLM Ranga.
Ranga, love it. Kaito Toba beat him in the end. Toba's impressing me. He's a lot better than last season right now.
It's because he's got a fast teammate for one. I'm joking, Maximilian Koffler. I like him. He's got a challenge now.
It's out there now. Hashtag edited out.
Yeah, I like Koffler. I'll talk to him a bit. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, this does feel like we're just talking about anybody who finished in the points and being like, good job. What a ride,
Well, because a lot of the riders who finished in the points are probably a little bit higher than they normally are or they were last year. At the end of the day, especially the rookies, compared to what they were last year, which was Chev or Chiv, World Championship points is a fucking big thing,
So, what do you want to talk about, Cameron?
Whiskey.
Okay. You're drunk. Okay.
Nah, carry on.
Look how red his fucking face is. You've got the rosy cheeks, bruh.
No. That's sunburn
like
up in Scotland.
already,
you know, we get sun.
You've done it in Scotland. Fuck right off.
Podcast is definitely going to be late this week if he's hammered.
Nah.
Yeah, right.
You're going to wake up in the morning and edit this, is he?
Yeah, I want to go back quickly and talk about that Jalmia Marcia and Minho incident, aka Will Smith versus Chris Rock version 2.
Who was at fault for you?
No one. Minho, actually, because he had all the information and Marcia couldn't see him.
Yep, exactly right. I think,
and a rider of that experience.
It's rare in Moto3 where one party is 100% at fault.
Yeah, but unless you're Canet when he punted off Yurchenko a few years ago.
Oh, fucking
or Fanati.
The fuck Canet went down as well, the fucking donkey.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Like, come on, bruh. You know, the whole idea is it's like in the Supercross with Freezy and Christian Craig. The whole point is you punt the guy off and you stay on.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what was going through Minho's head. He didn't need to make that move.
I think he was a bit desperate. You know, he wanted to get back at the front. You know, he scored a win at Qatar and then got 0 in Indonesia. So he was desperate. You know, Marcia was the man to beat today. I think if he'd stayed on, I think he probably could have won that today.
I don't know.
And to get punted off like that would have really pissed him off.
Like, did you see the garage part?
What, when Minho was stood in the garage trying to get in?
Akio just comes strolling out. Akio was not even angry. And he still looked intimidating as fuck.
Oh, he's a scary man.
Yeah, I would not fuck with Akio, I tell you.
What was it he was trying to do at pit lane?
I think apologise.
Apologise, right, okay.
But instead, all he heard was fucking Marcia screaming at him to fuck off.
You could hear Marcia absolutely screaming in the garage.
He was going fucking nuts. So Akio came out and just went, look, do yourself a favour, bugger off.
Yeah, and then when Marcia pulled into the pits and Minho's like, oh, whatever, as he's walking past.
Well, that's why I asked, because, in the whole lead up to it, it looked like Minho was just fucking raging.
Yeah.
He's like, take your fucking helmet off and fight me like a man.
Well, once your adrenaline comes down and you realise you were in the wrong, you have to apologise to him. And I just loved it because Minho's reaction goes up to the pit lane. You can just hear in the background Marcia just going fucking nuts. And then you see Akio come out down to go and he just goes, smacks his head and be like, oh, shit, okay.
Oops.
Fucking great, man.
Yeah, right.
Like, fair play to Minho for going to apologise, like, straight away.
Yeah, should have taken his helmet off, though.
Ambition
outweighed
his talent.
Riders keeping their helmets on. Yeah, exactly. Your ambition outweighed your talent, mate.
Yeah, because Rossi kept his lid on for that, didn't he?
Yeah, I just don't agree with it. Like, just take your helmet off.
Stoner said in his autobiography was that he felt it was not sincere because he didn't even fucking lift his visor up.
Yeah.
At least Mig had his visor up so you could see his eyes.
Hide your face,
Yeah. Just shows, doesn't it?
Moving to Moto2, going back on these predictions, for God's sake, man.
You were so close, weren't you?
Right.
So the results were Vietti, then Chantra, then Ogura.
A team first ever time when I fought Team Asia in any class, even in Chev, to have a 1-2.
I think so. Yeah. Well, no, they had 2-3, but
but you know what I mean. Like,
I went for Vietti, then Chantra, 2, and then I went with Canet. I nearly had 3 of 3.
Oh,
so
man.
close. So close. I think how close was
Who did you
Canet
have
to
the win?
Ogura?
Canet.
No, I have Vietti.
For the win?
Yeah.
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah, you nearly had a perfect guess.
Yeah, I nearly had all 3, mate.
You motherfucker.
And yeah, Canet was within 2 tenths of the podium.
If he had that, that would have been the fucking end of us.
Yeah, I had 2. So I scored 15 points for that because I got the correct podium and the correct winner.
Yep.
Jacob put Fernandez, Lowe's and Aldergo, which Aldergo is a freaking shout.
So close to correct. If Augusto Fernandez could start a bike, I think we would be talking a very, very different story right now.
Yeah,
because he was second, wasn't he?
That was so
Furman,
sad for Furman, though.
It's not like I'd never mentioned Furman before, so
never. You never mentioned Furman ever.
Yeah, like obviously he was helped by the fact it's low grip and the Boscoscaro is a very, very good low grip bike, but nonetheless, you still need talent to do what he did.
Yeah, you don't just get pole position for nothing.
Yeah, like youngest ever by 2 years, technically, because before that it was Lorenzo who was 18 in Mugello, 05.
Yep, only Zonta can break that record now.
Yeah, so come on, Zonta, fucking shape up.
Yeah, Cameron went for Canet, Lowe's and Vietti. So Cameron scores a point for that. Jacob scored 0. And then Ryan went for Canet, Vietti and Fernandez. So Ryan gets 1 point. So that round, I scored 15, Jacob 0, Cameron 1, Ryan 1.
Yeah.
So now this is where things change.
What you lot listening can't see.
You've been waiting for this for hours.
What you lot listening can't see is the shit-eating grin. Look at him.
So Ryan is still last with 14 points. Jacob is now second from third. Jacob is now third with 24 points, so still pretty good. And me and Cameron are tied for first with 29 points.
I am far off. I thought I was further off than that. Like I am completely fucked as soon as you get a MotoGP as well. But
I did say that, like after last week or last round, I'm just gonna slowly just.
He's a master of edging.
Yeah, that's it. I might get the odd point here and there now, but that's it. Last week was a total fluke.
I can't believe how close I was to nearly nailing that, considering I put Furman in it.
You were nowhere. You had fucking Lowe's and Fernandez. What are you on about?
Like Fernandez could easily have gone and won that if he.
I thought you were going to say. I can't believe how close you were, Declan, because I had literally nearly a perfect trio.
Yeah.
But
no, like Augusto could easily have gone and won that if he could start a bike. Furman was on for at least a podium before. A silly move from Vietti, but deemed a racing incident. Like, I personally would have given Vietti a ride through for it because veering back onto a line is brainless.
I think it was a racing incident.
I get why.
You're a Furman fan.
No. If it was the same for anyone, like if it'd been the other way around, I would have called a penalty for Furman as well. Because if you've gone wide and you're going slower, going back onto the racing line without checking your surroundings is not a clever move. It's just not.
No,
but again, I get why it wasn't given.
I get that, but then also that's maybe where the inexperience of Furman, or relative inexperience of Furman, shows. Because he sort of should have expected that from Vietti.
Yeah, that's it. Vietti wasn't expecting Furman to be there, and Furman wasn't expecting Vietti to be there, and unfortunately, Furman lost.
And that's
very young in its inexperience.
Yeah, like you were saying about the whole Mino and Messia incident, Furman had the information. Really, he was behind.
And at the same time, if someone goes wide at that corner, it's difficult to expect them to come back onto line. It's like you wouldn't expect a rider to veer back onto their line.
Yeah, but there's only really there's not much.
Yeah, like
you can't have another line through that last turn of Argentina. You got to line yourself up for that start finish straight. So
yeah, that's it. It's not a bad move. Like, it wasn't malicious or intentional. It was just perhaps a bit silly.
Yeah.
From both riders, really, because both should have been expecting the other and neither did.
Yeah, I feel bad that Furman got like such a hard knock from it. He was out for a bit, wasn't he?
I'm hoping he wasn't, because that means he can't race Kota.
Is it next week?
Yeah, it's next
week. Literally 5 days time. So if he's out, he needs these 14 days. So.
Yeah. Savage.
Reckon they'll call Yari Montoya to replace him if he's out.
That's what I was going to say earlier. I was like, you could get Yari Montoya. And then Yari Montoya goes and wins the race and they sack Furman for Yari.
That would be full circle.
Yeah, or Lopez. Lopez would be the man. If they had to get anyone, it'd be Alonso Lopez, of course.
Or a Skrieg.
Nah, Lopez.
Because of Faubol's influence.
Esquire doesn't have the freaking experience yet.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, so going into Moto2, obviously aside from that incident, it was genuinely a pretty good race. Maybe boring according to Cameron.
Well, it was boring when I was thinking about who the winner was. But then when I like looked at the results again, I was like, oh yeah, that whole thing with the, between like Canet and Agura and everything, that battle, and then Dixon sort of rising from the ashes almost. It was good. It was good. It just wasn't as like, I think compared to Moto3 and MotoGP, it wasn't as like.
It's a different type of interesting.
Yeah. Moto2. Yeah. It was good. It just intriguing. Wasn't like sweaty.
I've tooted the horn about Moto2. Like, obviously, I am biased because Moto2 is my favorite, but like, it's always something very interesting going on in Moto2. It is the same for all classes, but it's not like it's static and boring. There's always something. It's still extremely watchable.
Yeah, and like even like in the dying parts of the race, and Dixon was coming up and. Catching up to Arbolino, and you're like, oh, is he going to do it? Is he going to not? Is he not? And then, he came and friggin' finished 5th, which is really good for Jake.
Solid.
Fucking hell, Deck. Really good for him. Usually he's 9th.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I
better than Bobia.
Like, Dixon is, credit where it's due. I rip him a lot when he doesn't finish. Credit where it's due. A top 5 is strong. Fair play to him. He did very well today.
Yeah, and freaking the beast that is Pedro Costa from freaking 17th to 7th.
This is now where I'm going to ask you a question, and I want a little bit of discussion.
I also want to ask a question, but maybe the exact same question. So you go first, sir.
Did we overhype Pedro Acosta from the tests?
What did I say? He'd be the biggest disappointment this year.
No. Let me finish. Did we overhype Pedro Acosta from the tests, and perhaps this is his true level right now?
No, because he's had a lot of crashes. Like yesterday, again, he crashed during during qualifying, or he crashed in free practice, which massively hindered him because then he couldn't get his setup right.
Yep.
And if he didn't start fucking crashing, he'd be freaking podium by now.
Well, that sounds like Jake Dixon. Is Pedro Acosta Jake Dixon's level?
What's the first European round? What's the first European round?
Portimao, where he won at last year.
And the testing where he smashed the lap record by what, half a second? Something like
buddy.
That.
He won from pit lane in Qatar, remember, in Moto3 last year. And then
come on.
Disappointed. So that
doesn't count. That's Qatar though, isn't it?
That's it. Like, I think there. It's weird because like for a rookie, 7th is great. But for Pedro Acosta, 7th is like, I don't want to say disappointing, but you're like, that's
the height's too much, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Based on Raul Fernandez last year, and people were making comparisons, is 7th good for Pedro?
Compared to Fernandez, no.
How did Fernandez do at the flyaways last year?
Considering Pedro could have been in a MotoGP seat this year because he was approached, suddenly it looks like the right call to stay in Moto2.
Yeah, of course it was.
Yeah.
Like for me, I think Pedro is exactly where his level is, 7th, 10th right now. He is not a Moto2 winner yet.
How did Fernandez do at the flyaways last year? Sorry.
He was like 5th, I want to say, at the 2 Qatars.
Second at Kota.
Yeah, and then
no, he was a fifth in race 1, 3rd in race 2, and then at Kota he was 2nd. Oh, he won it.
Wouldn't Portimao before Kota?
No,
because I'm sure Portimao was the 3rd race and he won it last year.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, but Kota was like 8 or 10 races in, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he did the 2 Qatars because obviously it's Qatar GP, then the Doha GP. I'm sure he was like 5th and then 5th again. Yeah, he was. I want to say
5th, 3rd, 1st.
It was 3rd, was it? And then he won at Portimao, the 3rd race.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So suddenly, Pedro have not matched that.
Nah, but again, it's European tracks. You can't count it.
But considering people were saying that Pedro Acosta was the single most talented rider in any class.
Mate, it's been 3 races and he was in the top 2 at Qatar.
No, listen. I'm not slating Pedro, but people perhaps expecting too much from him too early.
Yeah, but like
that's my point.
Of course,
like I think Pedro is one of the most talented, but
like
people,
it's his level. It's a level that Pedro has already set for himself. I think we're just expecting him to do what he's already done.
But you can't, because Moto2 is a different kettle of fish. If you can do what he did, right, and then win Moto2, you might as well just reserve the next 10 years for him. But it's not going to work that way with the level of talent and depth.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're doing like a little, I told you so. It's been 3 rounds and we're not in Europe yet. We're not at tracks he knows.
I'm more a thing of, did everybody take off on Pedro last year and now they need a new GOAT because Rossi's retired, and suddenly all the expectations on him is
I think that's overanalyzing a little bit.
I don't think it is, because he was the one in everybody's mouth at the start of the season.
Yeah, because he led it. If Pedro was 25th at Portimao, people would be like, okay, fair enough. But because he led and set a new lap record at Portimao, of course the hype's going to be around Pedro, isn't it?
I think it's time to temper your expectations of Pedro.
I think Pedro might be the Pecco of this year. I think when it comes to the latter half of the season, he'll win and then he'll just keep winning.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah. I 100% agree.
Once that first podium or win comes, that's it.
Well, that's what Pecco did in Moto2, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And Miguel.
Yeah.
Like, it's Agura to a point. Once he took that podium at Red Bull Ring, he was a different rider.
And Chantra.
Yeah, literally. Like, everybody was so, Pedro's going to win. This is amazing.
Pedro can still win, There's still 18 rounds left.
Yeah. But it's a case of perhaps don't put so much pressure on a 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're coming at this through an altruistic view. It feels more I told you so-ish.
No, because I actually thought Pedro would be higher than he is. So no, it's not that I told you so at all. If anything, it's an admission of incorrectness. Because I thought he would be a, at least a podium 3 rounds in, especially considering Qatar was the first round and what he did last year.
Yeah, he was second in Qatar. But then it's the thing that his issue is he keeps freaking crashing. If he didn't crash, because he crashed in qualifying and started way down the order in Qatar, and then he crashed at some pivotal moment in Indonesia, and then he crashed during the FP2 session this time round, which cost him, and he was I think he's still in Q2, but he qualified in 17 and he crashed in the freaking warm-up.
That's exactly it. Like what you just said there about pivotal moments. It does seem to be like at crucial points.
He cannot yet get away with his Moto3 antics in the Moto2 class. Once he finds that limit and, it becomes like his Moto3 bike where he can take liberties. It's going to be a different kettle of fish then, isn't it?
The working envelope of the Moto2 bike is massive, and you can take a lot of liberties. We saw Firmin blooming sideways, and I think you can take a lot of liberties with it, but Firmin just needs to find that. But again, we can't judge anything he does until we get to Portimao and Jerez.
Yeah.
Once we're there, because there are 2 tracks he won at last year. As soon as we get there, then we can look at... Because remember, he led the Jerez test as well.
Would you have said that, though, last year, that you couldn't judge him based on coming from pit lane to win and a second in the first 2 races?
Because it's Qatar and it's a normal... Toba won at Qatar, Masbu won at Qatar. It's such a weird track. We always see these random weird results come out at Qatar. Masia only won 1 race last year and it was at Qatar. Qatar is such a weird track. Binder was on the box last year at Qatar and then really struggled to match that for the whole year. Qatar is such a weird track that there always throws up some strange results, especially in Moto3.
I just reckon it's time to say, okay, maybe Pedro isn't going to go and fucking piss every round.
Not after some 3 rounds.
Were thinking.
Not after 3. I think we can't judge it until he's back in Europe, personally.
Not till a couple of European rounds, yeah.
But he's not going to go and piss every round like people were saying, definitely. Like even when we're back in Europe, no chance.
I think you will. I think as soon as we're back in Europe, he's gonna do it. He's gonna unlock this freaking
not with the level of Moto2 this year. No chance. Like I don't care who you are.
I do think Vietti has found something.
This Vietti would have competed with Fernandez and Gardner last year.
Yeah, definitely. I think now when we're back at Europe, Vietti and Acosta is going to be spicy, to say the least.
I tell you what as well, though, at the start of the season, Chandra was bigging himself up. And we were thinking, all right, mate. Okay, yeah, you do need to perform, but can't see it. Suddenly, misses the first two rounds. Yeah, he also was doing bits at Jerez, wasn't he? You know, if he could do that in Europe, fucking hell. But we were saying, all right, led a test. Is it really going to be converted? And he nobbled himself in Qatar, and you're thinking, oh, there we go. Season over. Comes back and fucking pisses it. What's going on?
I like Chandra. I think he's going to do well.
He's such a character, isn't he?
His interviews, holy shit.
And he's like, speaking Thai, you're like, what the fuck?
Not yet, Thai. Sounds like when you're sucking noodles. Just so fast. It's unbelievable.
Okay.
No, okay. It just sounds like syllables. It doesn't sound like a real language, does it? You know what I mean?
You killed Cameron. Cameron's dead.
You know what I mean? Like, it sounds like...
It sounds like what?
It doesn't sound like a real language. It sounds like something out of Skyrim, doesn't it?
It says the Welshman.
Yeah, exactly. And if the Welshman's saying that, you know it's a fucking weird language.
Can you do your noodle sucking again? Oh my goodness. Okay, right. Okay, anyway, right.
I was joking.
It does.
Carry on.
But you know what I mean? It's fast. It's difficult to hear. It's a weird ass language. It's scary.
It's like Spanish.
It's a very intimidating language, isn't it?
And speed-wise, but he speaks fast in English as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Funny.
That was my point, is that it translates over to a stupidly fast English as well. It's crazy. I love his interviews. It's so fun. You never know what's going to come out. It's great.
And he takes the time to thank everybody and everything, and even in Thai, when he's speaking Thai, he's thanking all his family and all that.
He's a good boy.
I like you. Yeah, he's good. And
he was threatening this last year, and then never arrived.
He was, and then we saw one hell of a battle between Agura and Canet as well. I did not know who the hell was going to win that. Both of them, Canet, we know how good Canet is. Yeah. He's fucking outstanding rider. The level he has got in him is, he can go to the top and further. He'll be MotoGP race winner one day. I'm sure of it.
I'd back that.
The fact that Agura was holding his own against Canet. He wasn't fluking it against Canet.
No.
Or he made that one overtake and just managed to get past. They were dueling it out. And Canet and Agura both held their own and looked so solid.
Honestly, I didn't think either were going to finish the way they were battling.
Yeah. I thought Agura was on, you saw him backing into corners and stuff. I was like, this is just he's going to push it slightly too hard and he's going to be away.
That final complex, the sideways action, I thought that bike is going to but it never did.
Mm. Yeah.
Agura,
the control they both had.
Yeah, honestly, I think even now, I think Agura is underrated. I don't know why we, or anybody for that matter in the MotoGP world, isn't raving about this guy constantly.
Well, he's never won a race, therefore he's overrated. So
that's it.
That's a reference, isn't it? No, it's it's coming when it does. The same as
he's
Pedro.
On a bike. It's just never won a race yet.
Because as soon as imagine him and Pedro win on consecutive weekends, and then they just dice.
I'd be sick.
Throw Vietti in the mix. Throw Chandra in the mix, who's already won. Canet's going to win at some point.
Dixon was going to win at some point.
Yeah, right.
Moto2's good
Dixon
this year.
Genuinely looked so good.
Yeah.
Dixon today, that charge from Dixon, I was pretty impressed by.
Race winning good yet. That's
not
the problem.
Yet.
I think if he can make that extra 1% step that he needs, he will be a race winner this season. But
yeah, he's got it.
Still very much question marks whether he can.
Silverstone, mark my words.
Yeah.
If he's going to do it, I think he'll do it before that, to be honest.
So where do you think he'll do in like maybe Kota, for example?
Probably about the same, 5th to 8th.
Yeah.
He needs to find that. It's literally a couple of percent because he's almost there.
He's
got it in
top 5
quali.
rider.
Yeah, like, you know, he's got it in quali, but he just isn't quite. He feels like Bezzecchi to me last year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like
comparison.
Assen. That's my prediction.
Quite possible. Or
that's where he's
before.
taking his win. Assen.
Right? Oh, yeah.
That's
it.
It's locked in.
Recorded now.
Does he get extra points for that if it happens?
Can you imagine?
You got to remember that now because I'm not going to remember that. I'm not writing it down.
No, like
yeah.
I'll remember. Probably. I might not remember much of tonight.
Credit to Dixon where it's due. This week he's been very good, but again he looked very good in Indonesia and didn't finish the race. So the fact he actually knitted together and got a top 5, it's encouraging.
Yeah, he managed to stay on. And a rider I do want to give a big shout out to is my man, Manuel Gonzalez, who was involved in that Fernandez accident at the start, was right dead last, and he finished 14th, and he's a freaking rookie and has never been here before.
Would have been
and
top 10.
Yeah, and he finished 4th. He qualified 10th, finished 14th after being dead last. Like, that is one freaking hell of a ride, dude. Like, he is, as I've said on the podcast before, he's an exceptional talent.
Yep, it's nice to see.
19.
It's nice to see him doing well. Like considering there were doubts because he came from Supersport.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I said, like he is an exceptional talent. There are these riders that come in every so often that exceed expectations, or you look at them and go, you know, you've got a career here. Like this is like Canet, for example. Like Canet's going to be around a while, and he is like an exceptional talent. Gonzalez is of that ear. You know, he's of that kind of.
Yeah,
I can't think of the word.
He's knitted in that old Guinea 100%.
Yeah, like he is supreme.
Imagine he goes up to replace Dobby.
Oh, that I would. Well, he's got a Yamaha contract.
That's
he's got a Yamaha contract. So
that's what I think. That's it's not going to happen yet, considering he's a rookie. But if he starts putting together big results second half of the season, who knows?
Yeah,
another rookie who I was impressed with, Zonta.
Yeah, I was about to say Zonta.
I'm just still glad that he crashed out because I honestly thought points were on the table for him.
Zonta looked, again, like, where did he qualify?
14th.
He got through to Q2, No, he qualified 17th, was it?
14th, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, it was 14th, and he was running in, like, the points as well and crashed out.
He just crashed at a 15th.
Yeah,
nice.
Which is gutting, to be fair. Qualified 16th. Qualified 16th.
Because considering...
No, he didn't. That's a warm-up, sorry.
Yeah, he was 14th. Considering...
Yeah, he was.
Considering it's the third race coming up from Chev Moto3, he actually looked like a proper Moto2 rider.
Yeah, he was doing the business. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good week. It's a shame that there was only the Saturday.
One step at a time, considering he probably has the hardest job of anybody in the Moto2 field. One step at a time, did very well.
Yeah.
And also, fair play to Marcos Ramirez, dragging that MV to a point.
Yeah. Very good. I think we're doing that thing again where we we congratulate people on their positions.
Well, no, Ramirez hasn't got an MV point yet, so,
Ramirez is doing well.
In the standings, am I right in saying Bosco and MV now both have 1 point?
I guess. I don't know.
Which,
I do not know off the top of my head.
Where Firmin was at the start of the day, you wouldn't have expected them to come out equal.
No. Let's find it. I'm tired though. It's 2 a.m. No, it's not. It's not 2 a.m. It's nearly 2
a.m. Whoa. You just blew my mind there.
Fucking hell. Cam had a blackout whiskey and now it's 2 a.m.
I was like, shit.
My wife is going to be mad.
Fucked it up. God damn. I can't find. Where's the Moto2 constructor?
I'm looking as well.
Where the fick?
Constructors World Champion.
There we go. Constructors. Bosco 10 points.
10, is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, one rider I do think we do need to congratulate for his position is Bo.
Big boy Bo should be doing better. I'm not even going to congratulate him for that, mate. Bo Benchside should have a podium to his name.
Come on, it's a top 10 in the World Championship. You've got to think.
Oh, well done, Bo.
Yeah. On any other team, I'd back you. But to drag an SAG to top 10, impressive.
I should have been doing this freaking years ago, man. Like, he should have done this last year. Last year was his redemption year. You know, the last hour. No, last year was on the Kalex. Last year was meant to be his redemption year because he had the contract to go to World Supersport instead. But the 11th hour, the team sacked off Kazma Daniel and brought in Bo Benschneider. He was on a Kalex, and then at Qatar, he got in the front row, and you're like, oh, Bo is finally there, and he's just, nah. I'm like so disappointed by Bo Benschneider. Like, I really thought he would be like the next best thing, you know, and he's...
Yeah, there's something
we shouldn't be celebrating in 9th place for Bo. He should be in MotoGP now.
I think
so much talent.
In 9th place for an SAG rider is fair.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Should we move to MotoGP?
Yeah,
I'm
let's
getting
do
tired.
it.
It's dragging on now. Like, fucking hell. Talked a lot about MotoGP, so that's fine.
Already.
And like, we can talk a bit about Kota and then do our predictions for Kota. So in MotoGP, Aleix Espargaro won the race.
Never. You didn't mention.
What a day.
No way. That is so emotional there. I couldn't, my heart, mate, was going mental.
Genuinely, I did not see a meter of that final lap. I had my head in my hands and I couldn't look.
I thought he was going to stack it. I was
listening to the commentary, and when they said, Jorge Martin is catching him, I was like, shit. No, fucking no, stop.
Yeah, I was like, this is a fairy tale. Like, we don't deserve nice things in life. Life doesn't give us good things. And so this is going to end up in tears for us all. But
you are so depressing sometimes. Fuck me.
I still remember you and I there being at Silverstone and shouting for Aleix and someone going, oh, no.
Yeah, like I was ugly crying for a little bit. I won't lie. It was so good.
Fill me in on that Silverstone story. What?
So we were at Silverstone, and every time, like, because Aleix obviously was going to go for his podium,
I was there with my dad, actually.
I was fucking, you're proper freezing, wasn't it? Aleix, like, come on, son.
Yeah, we're like, come on, Aleix. And then the guys next to us were like, oh no, Jack Miller, whoa, Jack Miller, fuck Aleix, whoa.
And then Aleix done people? Like, because some people are just arseholes, isn't they?
Yeah, like, I can remember I stood...
I do think it was partly to do with the fact that they were Rossi fans and Rossi had gone very backwards. So they didn't... And we were cheering for Marquez as well at the start.
Oh, right, okay. I remember
let me rephrase. We were clapping on Marquez because he ripped the start very well before he decided to take Jorge Martin out.
They were shitting on Mark.
Yeah, that happened right in front of me.
Mark.
I was sitting at... I was sitting at... what is it? Oh my God. The name of that corner, that chicane.
The old straight, like...
What's the name of that chicane?
The F1 straight.
Vale. Vale chicane.
Is it Vale? Yeah, I was there. I was sitting there. And but yeah, I can remember like on the Saturday or something, we were watching the MotoGP guys going around. I think it was free practice 3. And like every time Rins went by, there was just some fat dude, like, not fat shaming. This guy was just a prick. And like every time Rins went by, it was just like, it gave this like face of disgruntlement, I guess is the word, and like giving him the fingers as Rins went by, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why?
Come on, man.
Why are you this lame? How are you that much of a fucking tool?
Yeah.
You would just, but I don't get these people. And I'm like, why did you buy a ticket if there's a guy there that you don't respect?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just going to shit on them the whole time.
No.
It's quite nice to have someone else rant instead of me. I like this.
Sorry, there we go.
This is refreshing.
I would quite like you guys to have some whiskey next week or beer or...
Deck doesn't drink. He's teetotal.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's fine. I respect that. You can, I don't know.
Thanks.
Have some squash.
Have a Diet Coke.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've already got squash.
Hey, there we go.
Take 3 hits of acid. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but
sorry, carry on.
I agree with you. It's like they were so they were supporting Miller just because they didn't want Aleix to win because we were cheering for Aleix, as opposed to being Jack Miller fans. It was so sad to see. And then, of course, Miller lost out to Aleix in the final lap, and they just stomped off. Fucking
But like, there's a lot of hate for Aleix. Like, fucking hell, like, Aleix got the podium today, and the amount of people win today, and people are shitting on him. Oh, yeah, he's done it, but like, oh, I'm still going to hate on him. I'm still going to do this. And you're like, just fuck off, man.
Why?
Like, what is it with your stupid, negative bullshit? Like, if you're going to be negative about that, that's fine. Go and sit in your corner and do it, but don't go freaking like spreading it and telling people who really don't give a shit. Telling people who are like just celebrating Aleix's like amazing achievement, and they're like, just being some negative Nelly. We've just lost Cameron. Being some like negative ass hater for Aleix, and you're like, what is the point? Just fuck off, man. You know?
Yeah, I said, it's just, So someone who's done the hard yards. He's clearly stuck around in Aprilia for a reason, and the reason is they needed a strong leader, a strong character. Like, he might scream and shout, and it probably wouldn't work in other teams. But the proof is in the pudding at Aprilia. Now they've won, they've improved, and Aleix has been integral to that. They wouldn't be where they are without Aleix. Like, not naming names, but someone said to me they would have kept Iannone had he not been drug tested. And I don't agree with that opinion.
Well, Iannone was the future of the brand, but it would have been Iannone and Aleix.
That's it.
And that would have been it for years.
Yeah, Aleix would have been retained regardless, in my opinion, because Iannone is not a leader. He's not a mentally strong character to lead a factory team.
No, he just developed that bike, and that's Aleix's. Don't forget that's Iannone's bike, remember? As Iannone, when he took all the credit for it.
Like, Aleix is a perfect fit for this Aprilia project, because there's no way he would have been kept if he was the wrong fit. And you can say, maybe nobody else wanted it. There was always going to be riders knocking at the door of a factory team, no matter which factory team it was. So the fact that they kept him for so long, he's developed now into a race-winning bike. And Aprilia should take a lot of credit for bringing in Romano Albisano. Yeah. He has also transformed them with the personnel changes. We shouldn't forget that it hasn't been all Aleix. It's been a lot of personnel improvement.
The GOAT Salvadori.
I don't think Sava,
Bradley Smith.
Sava doesn't get enough credit either. Like, nobody in Aprilia does.
That was great.
Yeah, like, nobody in Aprilia gets enough credit. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, yeah. I want to just go back quickly to our... because this was actually stemming from me going through our predictions. So Aleix won the race. Jorge Martin was second and Rins was third. There is no point. But I went for Miller, then Binder, then Quartararo, 0. Jacob went for Quartararo, Bastianini, Zarco, 0. Cameron went for Quartararo, Oliveira, Aleix.
Yay!
So he gets a point.
Nice.
And Ryan went for Bagnaia for redemption, as he says. Aleix Espargaro and Quartararo. So Cameron scores 1 point.
Between four of us.
That's absolutely mental, considering the names that everybody else went with, and none of them were in the box.
Do you want to know something?
Aleix.
All 4 of us went for Quartararo, and he didn't. None of us got a point for it.
Do you want to know something wild?
No, just wait a sec. Wait a sec. I'm trying to do this thing. So the points tally now. I'm trying to get through this thing, and then we can talk. The points tally is Ryan in 4th with 14 points.
I don't want to hear it. No.
Jacob in 3rd with 24 points. Me in 2nd now with 29. And Cameron is leading by a point at 30.
Yes.
Yeah, like, Cam's not doing too bad considering he only has 15 points less than Aleix.
That's what you get for doubting Aleix and not putting him on the box.
No, as I said on the pod, I didn't put him on the podium because I feel like I was cursing him, and clearly I was.
Well, that's it. If I'd put him in first, if I'd put Aleix first, then he would have stacked it on the last lap.
That's exactly. I just...
Yeah.
Nah, I'm happy to lose if it means he wins the title, honestly.
Yeah.
But what I find in the most crazy at the minute is I think MotoGP is now harder to call than Moto3 this year.
Oh, definitely. Well, like we said,
when was the last time we said that?
Names. That's 9 different names on in the last 3
9 different names
races.
in 3 podiums.
Yeah. When was the last time Moto3 was more predictable than MotoGP? Oh wait, fucking never.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts out here, like.
Yeah, and like it's just mad, and like I've said already, like the talent is mad. Even from the rookies, like Bezzecchi coming from last to 9th, like, and like to be fair, we've already kind of gone over all this stuff, but like the level, you've got riders like, Miguel Oliveira can win the race last weekend and come fucking 13th. You've got last year's championship winner coming in 8th place. You've got a race winner in 10th from this year already. You've got Brad Binder in 6th, which is good, but when he qualified 11th, you're like, what? No, or 12th he qualified. I don't know, because it was 11th because Jack Miller got demoted. Brad Binder did crash, or his bike blew up in qualifying. I think he would have qualified higher.
Spectacularly as well, my dad.
Yeah, but then you've got, got all that talent, and the cream always rises to the top, and Suzuki are there. They're like the silent little assassins, Suzuki. I've said that already about Bartolini, but
and Aprilia though.
And Aprilia, of course.
Has Aleix finished top 5 in all rounds?
No, he was 9th in.
No, he was 5th. He was 9th, and then.
Sorry, right.
He's finished top 5 in every dry race so far.
Yeah, okay.
No, one thing I think I might have been off the mark with though is putting DJ as the rookie of the year. So far, he ain't showing rookie of the year material.
It's been Bez, right? Off. I would say. Oh,
I was thinking Bez, but I thought DJ could do damage because he was on the 21.
Yeah, I can't remember what I said in our sort of preseason predictions, but I feel like I went with Bez, but that might just be.
Yeah, I haven't got it to hand.
That might just be me now.
No, I'm going to hand. Darren Binder as well is impressing me.
Yeah, he's done a lot better than I thought he would. Obviously, he was sort of like, I guess, morally last today because Bradl's not riding in anger. Dovi obviously had his issues, but he was what was he 700ths of a second behind Gardner, who who you would have said is like more in line to be on a MotoGP seat.
100%.
And that's just.
He had the biggest job by a country mile, not even by a little bit. Like his job was double hard compared to everyone else, considering he came from Moto3. And again, he's proven he deserves to be there, which
he's doing well. And clearly, as we've seen, the Yamaha is not the bike to be on. It might be sort of most user friendly, but in terms of race winning bike, and a bike,
but he's not going to win, is he?
He's not going to win. But in terms of a bike that's going to get him into points or whatever, you don't want to say a Yamaha is the one to do it. I mean, where was the next Yamaha today?
I would disagree with that because I think the Yamaha is the bike to get a rookie onto the points because it's so user friendly. Like it's the perfect learning bike to learn the tires because it's not going to snap you in half if you do something slightly wrong. It's recoverable.
Well, sure, yeah.
So I think
a satellite Suzuki would be the one I'd want to be on.
Or Yamaha or Suzuki, basically. Yeah. But like something that's a user-friendly bike that handles and says to you, okay, this is what's happening. You can feel this. Me and your friends.
Yeah. Like Yamaha is the one that's going to let you finish the race and feel competitive on, I would say.
But then once he starts to get faster and faster, he'll need maybe an upgrade to a Ducati or something.
Yeah.
Good little stepping stone bike,
Yeah, that's it. That's what it feels literally like, like if you started MotoGP career mode, it feels like the bike that would be the first unlocked.
Yeah. That's the thing, like the fact that he's 700ths from the 2021 Moto2 world champion.
And part of that is probably, I bet he was ahead of him on the street.
I bet the pair of them were scrapping though, which allowed Raul to get out of the thing.
Yeah, that's it. Alex Marquez, 15. I don't think he sees this. I don't think he's there next season.
No, I would agree. Unless his brother has something to say about it.
He's better than that. There's something. Is it a confidence thing? Because he's a much better rider than that.
But he can do bits, you know? He can. He
just wishes every race was in Aragon, I think.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's not good, is it? Really not good. Right, as it's approaching 2 hours, and I kind of want to go to bed because it is 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I need a bath.
Shall we do our predictions?
Yeah. A quarter.
We'll have to wait for Ryan's, of course, again.
Let me text him. Still some time.
I haven't actually thought about this prediction.
I haven't either, to be honest. I was just such a thing of, oh shit, this was a hell of a weekend this morning, like this evening, that it's like, I haven't even really thought about next week yet.
I know what you mean. Right, I'm thinking of my prediction now.
I should have texted him at the fucking start of the pod, shouldn't I?
Yes, you should.
Ball bag.
Idiot.
Yeah, what a fucking melt, like.
Right, Deck, go. Moto3.
Right.
Kota.
Hold on, I'm doing my Moto2 predictions now.
What?
Right,
Moto3, Yoda.
3. Because there's always a surprise in Moto3 on the podium. I'm going to go safe with it. Safe, bruv. You get me, blood.
No bitch boy.
Right, there we go. Right. So, my Moto3 pole position is going to be Aizon Guevara.
Shout.
Then
we need
place,
to do a video podcast at one point, honestly.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I've got Garcia in third, Guevara in second, and Foggia in first.
Okay,
and Jacob, your pole position?
Carlos Tatai.
Tatai, okay.
Really? He's already got a pole this year. Get your mind out the fucking gutter, boy.
Right, third place.
Third place, he's Guevara.
Oh, yeah.
Second place, Dennis Foggia.
Yeah.
First place,
Garcia.
Yeah, Garcia. I was gonna say it's not gonna be who you think, and then say Garcia, but I thought no.
So funny. Okay, and Cameron Pole is gonna be Guevara.
Yeah, based on that middle finger.
Paul Guevara. Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on the cussing.
What cussing, sir? I don't cuss.
No, never.
I need to apologize to my mum for the very first podcast I ever did with you guys. She listened to the first minute, and I blasphemed, and she told me off.
Did you?
While clutching rosaries.
I love it.
Sorry, Mom, but I'm going to swear, okay?
I'm a man now. I'm 12. I can do what I want, Mum.
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay,
now.
Mom,
I can
it's
swear.
really.
Yeah, you're married, man.
Yeah, so Guevara pole. Third, Suzuki.
Oh, good shout.
I don't think second,
he
wants to go different.
Foggia, okay.
He wants to go different, but he can't bring himself to do it. You can see it in his face.
That's
first Garcia.
Partly the no. So first Guevara.
Okay.
You didn't put Guevara on the podium.
What?
You just did.
Garcia, sorry. That's bold.
Yeah, I
can't change it.
Yeah,
so.
it's locked in.
It's said. The words have been
bold,
said. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Moving to Moto2. I've gone pole position, Vietti.
Hang on. No, carry on. Sorry, Ryan just messaged me.
Nice. Okay. Podium third, I've gone Guevara. No, not Guevara. Fucking hell. Aldegar. Podium second, I've gone Chantra. And the winner, I've gone Vietti again.
He's doing a press release.
Oh, God's sake. Jacob, your pole position?
Tony Arbolino. He can pull a lap out of his arse, can't he?
Very happy.
No, good feelings.
Good feeling. That's it. Okay, third place.
Third place, I'm going to go Aaron Canet.
Can it do it? Okay. And second?
Before the race.
Come on, mate. I'm trying to fucking...
Agura.
It's like I want to go to bed. Agura. And first place?
Vietti.
Okay. All right. And Cameron, pole position?
Pole position. Dixon.
Oh, Dick's out for Dixon. I like it. Nice.
Shit, I should have said Bobia. Bollocks.
Well,
shit.
Shush.
Yeah.
I was just about to say third place, Bobier.
Yeah, sure you were, Chief.
Nice. Fuck. God.
I hate you so much. Second place, Dixon.
That's
best.
You know what? Believe in the home heroes. Let's go. And then first place, Vietti. Because, I don't know, maybe it's the whiskey talking.
Yeah. Nice.
Fuck, I should have said Bobia. Bollock.
Idiot.
We fucked it.
Right. Pole position, I've gone Jorge Martin in MotoGP.
Fair.
Podium third, Jack Miller. Podium second, Alex Rins. And Marc Marquez to win.
Ooh. Is he confirmed to be there?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
And can I have a backup if he doesn't win?
No.
But I fucking hate you because I was thinking about putting Mark on the podiums.
Okay, right. And Jacob Pole.
Pecco.
Bang 9. Okay, and that third?
Brad
That's a bit fucking strange. Why have you gone Bang 9?
Yeah, just watch.
Who's that?
Right, Brad Binder.
Brad Binder for third.
Yeah, who is that?
Brad Binder.
Second.
Jorge Martin.
First place.
Rins.
Okay. And Cameron Pole.
Pole position. I'll go Quartararo. I feel like I say that weird, but then it's a weird combination of letters for my accent, I suppose. Quartararo. Quartararo.
Quartararo.
I heard a commentator say Quartararo the other day.
Nice.
Okay, now.
Oh, it felt like I'd been fucking shot, man.
Oh,
went through
like when Neil Hodgson says Aldeguer.
It's like nails on a fucking blackboard.
Yeah, Hodgson says Aldeguer, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Aldeguer, that's it.
Neil Hodgson says a lot of weird stuff, so, you know.
Yeah,
or
he does.
Gavin Emmett saying Bertelle.
He's riding tight, isn't he? He's riding tight. That's all Hodgson says. Anyway.
The accent I've ever fucking heard.
Blame the whiskey.
Right.
Anyway, third.
Cameron third.
Espargaro. Aleix Espargaro.
Aleix.
If that's a good luck charm, I'm happy.
Second, Jorge Martin. Is that what you said, Jacob? Okay, I've got to stick with it. I've said it. And then I wanted to put Rins first as well, but
we'll do Jacob's, it. No, it'd be like maintaining the gap, then, wouldn't it? You can do it as the leader. You can set the pace.
I don't know if I want to do that. I want to do something mental, like Paul.
Luca Marini, like I did.
Paul is not a bad shot. I was thinking Paul.
I'll say Paul for the laugh. I mean, whatever.
Because
I say for the laugh, for the clout,
for the band,
because I'm a genius.
Touché.
Paul.
Because this track is the bike acid test. Like, this is the track. If your bike works you, it's gonna be okay.
Been resurfaced though, so really we don't know.
I think the Honda might actually do bits.
Those. Bagnaya's good though, isn't he? Bagnaya's good. That's a good point.
Yeah, Pecco's gonna get Paul.
He might.
Yes, right.
Okay. I'm happy. You happy? I'm happy. Is
that all right?
Yeah, Ryan did not message back at all. That's why you were giggling on the pod. I just seen.
Yeah, our mate Liam has sent some horrendous memes.
Fucking hell. Oh, what a knob. I love it.
It's so funny. Some of this shit. Like, he made a joke about Joshua Watley that I won't repeat on the podcast. Sorry, Josh, if you are listening. Yeah, funny stuff.
Oh, he's an idiot. I love it.
Right, okay. I think that's time. I'm fucking knackered. It's been 2 hours.
Yeah, Ryan hasn't replied in time, so.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say about America. Maybe that it'll be good, but my head's too tired to
honestly. Oh, hang on. Oh, we got the predictions. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. I just want to end this.
Yeah, hang on. We go now, me. Right, so Ryan fucking says Moto3. Right,
we need polls, mate.
I didn't tell him about fuck it. We
just fill it in your own time.
Yeah. But he said for Moto3, Garcia third, Foggia second, Guevara to win.
Hold on, slow the fuck down. Garcia third, Foggia second, then what?
Guevara to win.
Okay, and Moto2.
Lowe's third.
Yeah.
Vietti second.
Yeah.
Canet to win.
And MotoGP.
Rins. Martin as well in second.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And Mia to win.
Mia, nice. I like it. Okay, fucking sick. Right, I'm going bed, mate.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't do it, but you know what I mean.
Hope you enjoyed this 2-hour-long podcast. Cameron, make sure you get this sent over to me tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'm going to drink lots of water.
Should we just piss that off and flash it up for another 4 minutes to make it 2 hours?
Fuck off, man. I'm ending this. I've got the power here, not you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to this and listen to me getting progressively more tired and Cameron progressively more drunk.
It comes to something when I hold the fucking podcast together.
Fuck off, have you?
No
Mate,
chance.
You just sprouted shit and gone, I told you so.
I only told you so about Aleix.
But I predicted
right.
it.
Yeah.
Touche, salesman.
Right, fucking hell. Right, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the podcast and we're back next week with episode 53. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.
Later, taters.